Now on Anime Swiftly, we will continue rapid watching the anime series entitled Overlord. Sit back and enjoy. We see another member of the Pleiades, Solution Epsilon, disguised as a young noble woman complaining about the quality of the food. Sebas, acting as her butler, apologized on her behalf to the rest of the patrons. They hired a human named Zack to drive their carriage. They foresaw his betrayal of selling them out to a mercenary group who planned to ambush the group outside the city. Solution asked permission from Sebas if she could personally consume the traitor and have her way with him. Unbeknownst to their carriage driver, Shalltear and a pair of her vampire brides joined the two. Sebas questioned the vampire guardian as to why she and Aura did not get along well. She, however, did not think that they had a bad relationship. She liked to tease Aura since it was instilled by her creator. She also revealed that her and Aura's creators were siblings, which she overheard when the Supreme Beings were talking. The mercenaries ambushed the carriage but were surprised and excited when Shalltear stepped out. She sliced a man's arm and head off and activated her blood pool skill. She quickly realized that there was nobody capable of using martial arts or magic in the group and slaughtered them together with the vampire brides. Solution then had her fun and alone time with Zack and devoured him whole as promised by her superior. They gained information about the location of the hideout of the mercenaries and the identity of a martial arts user who was considered to be at par with Gazef. Sebas and Solution parted ways with Shalltear and her brides because they had a mission to do in the capital city. At the hideout, Shalltear continued the slaughter of the remaining mercenaries. They eventually faced the martial arts user, Brain Unglaus, as he launched a surprise attack which hit the vampire bride. Shalltear decided to fight him herself and the two exchanged introductions. He deployed his area of perception and waited for her to be in range before striking his signature attack. She stepped in his field and blocked his strongest attack with only her fingers. This enraged him and unleashed a flurry of attacks while she blocked them with only her pinky this time. Brain lost his will to fight and fled after he realized that all the hard work he put in his training were useless. Shalltear was then consumed by her blood frenzy, which reverted her to her true vampire form and pursued Brain. She killed all the mercenaries with the exception of Brain, who used an escape route. Upon leaving the cave, she encountered a small group of adventurers including Brita, the girl who received a red potion from Mammon. She slayed them all except for the girl who lightly damaged Shalltear using the potion. Shalltear used mind control on Potion Girl and learned that a scout escaped and reported back to Irantal. While exploring the nearby forest, she encountered the Black Scripture and fought them single-handedly. Using her Sput Lance, she attacked the group but was parried by the leader of the group. An old lady used magic from her dress to mind control the vampire, but before that happened, Shalltear managed to inflict fatal blows to the old lady and another member of the scripture, thereby only partially completing the ritual. Back in Nazarick, Albedo and Ainz discussed about Shalltear's predicament and organized a plan to defeat their former companion. In the throne room, Ainz was monitoring Shalltear using clairvoyance magic when Narbril informed him that the guild leader, Pluton Einzak of the Adventurers Guild, wanted to discuss the vampire incident with Mammon. At Irantal, Einzak met with the Mithril-ranked adventurer teams and discussed the events that happened last night. Mammon concocted a story that he was hunting down the vampire for some time and was familiar with the creature who he named Honiop Nyoko. He suggested that only Nebe and himself should face her to minimize casualties and revealed that he had a magic sealing crystal which contained an 8th tier magic. He wished to be promoted to at least Orichalcum Plate if victorious. Another adventurer demanded that his group should accompany Mammon in fighting her but was ambushed by Ainz and some of his subordinates. Mare personally killed the leader with blunt trauma to the head using his staff. Ainz and Albedo approached Shalltear and used his shooting star magic ring, hoping that the ring's magic was powerful enough to undo the mind control spell on the vampire. However, it failed. Ainz panicked and issued a retreat. He lost his composure and was overtaken by uncontrollable anger. Once he calmed down, he told Albedo that divine items weren't enough to reverse the effect on Shalltear and they had to resort to world items. He issued a lockdown of the 1st to 3rd floor of Nazarick and placed the headquarters under the highest alert level. All Guardians and Pleiades sent out, with the exception of Sebas and Solution, were ordered to return to Nazarick. At the treasury, Ainz and Albedo were joined by Yuri Alpha of the Pleiades, and they encountered Albedo's creator, Tabula Smaragdina. She noted something saws about the Supreme Being and stated that he was an imposter. Ainz ordered them to stand down and told his companions that he was Pandora's actor, the area guardian of the treasury. He was a doppelganger garbed in military attire and introduced himself in an overdramatic manner which embarrassed his creator. Ainz talked to his creation and wanted him to act more seriously, but he responded in German, which frustrated his creator. He gave his ring of ainzooalgown to Pandora and instructed Albedo to give hers to Yuri and follow him inside the mausoleum. Ainz showed Albedo golem statues which he created to resemble each of the supreme beings. He revealed that he made this as a memorial to his friends and to safely store their items. He told her that he might even follow his comrades and leave Nazarick to her capable hands. She didn't take this lightly and begged him to stay with Nazarick forever and vowed to eliminate anything that was unsatisfactory to the Supreme Being. He told her that he retrieved the world items in order for the Guardians to wear them and revealed that there was a way to save Shalltear, but that would require using their trump card in a world still unfamiliar to them. He planned on facing the vampire himself and was uncertain if he can defeat her, as she was able to use holy magic, which was the Undead's weakness. However, Ainz assured her that he was the supreme overlord of Nazarick for a reason. When she saw his determination, she obliged and made him promise her to come home. Ainz arrived at the battlefield together with the twins, who both wore important world items depiction of nature and society and avarice and generosity. He instructed them to scout the surrounding areas for enemies and retreat back to Nazarick when necessary. Remotely, the other Guardians were monitoring the battle. Demiurge was apprehensive about letting the Supreme Being fight alone and suggested that they could have sent minions instead in case this was a trap, and they would easily overwhelm any enemies that would have ambushed them. Albedo stood behind Ainz's decision because she believed in his determination and promised to return to Nazarick. Demiurge rejected this and tried to rally his subordinates to assist the Supreme One, but was intercepted by Cocytus under Ainz's orders. The demon was forced to stand down but demanded that Albedo should relinquish her position as overseer if Ainz perished, to which she agreed. Cocytus calculated the odds of their master winning at 3-7 in favor of Shalltear. Ainz thought to himself that he did not want to see his subordinates kill each other, and that was one of the reasons he wanted to face Shalltear one-on-one. He deduced that Shalltear would not attack him unless he attacked her first, which prompted him to begin his preparations by using dozens of buffs, then equipped himself with quick change items and started to cast super tier magic, Fallen Down. This left a large crater in the area and dealt considerable damage to Shalltear, who was then seen in her Valkyrie armor. Shalltear finally addressed Ainz but was confused as to why she was battling the Supreme Being. She rushed him but activated trap mines set by him. He began attacking her with magic spells and she tried to evade them but was slightly damaged. He managed to deceive her into thinking that he placed several traps in the area, which caused her to rethink her strategy. She tried regenerating but was interrupted by his magic attacks. She teleported near the magic caster but was thwarted by his spells and took damage yet again. She used her purifying lance on Ainz, which was super effective due to its holy element. He managed to land a powerful skill, but she recovered easily due to a skill instilled by her creator and taunted him by saying Perorancino might be superior to Ainz. They exchanged blows in hopes of draining each other's magical points or MP. She managed to drain a bit of MP but was baited by the magic caster and dealt a lot of damage to her. Shalltear revealed her final trump card and summoned Einherjar, her physical double. While he was busy dodging the double's attacks, she was draining health points or HP from her own summoned underlings, which he found to be incredibly unfair. Eventually, he used the goal of all life is death and widen magic, Cry of the Banshee, and eliminated all her summoned allies and turned everything into sand. Shalltear revealed that she was only spared because of a resurrection item given to her by her creator. However, she noticed that Ainz was running out of MP. Ainz revealed his plans and how he outwitted Shalltear. He pretended to be weak against the holy element when in fact he made precautions to mitigate his weakness and lied about not being knowledgeable about her skills and abilities. This enraged her and lunged at her opponent. He hurriedly equipped Touch Me's personal armor, which surprised the Guardians who spectated. Demiurge realized that Ainz used Perfect Warrior to disregard the penalty of using equipments outside his class. He then started using the signature weapons of his comrades one after another, using quick change items, and inflicted damage to her. She sacrificed her left arm to create an opening to attack but was blocked. Ainz was able to set some distance from her, which allowed him to use her creator's own weapon against the vampire. With that, she went all out on offense and relentlessly attacked him. The Guardians analyzed the battle and concluded that it was only a matter of time for their master to finish off Shalltear. Ainz went on defense and blocked all of her attacks and prevented her from regaining HP. As he casted another Fallen down, he used another cash shop item to reduce its cast time. Shalltear saw an opening and retaliated, but her attention was diverted by something, allowing him to finish the spell and killed her. Back at Nazarick, they began their preparation in resurrecting Shalltear. The Guardians told Ainz that if the vampire was still under a mind control spell, then she will face against all of the other Guardians. Consuming 500 million gold, they were able to resurrect the fallen floor Guardian and seemed to be not under the influence of a mind control spell. She revealed that her last memory was when she was still with Sabas going to the capital city. She panicked when she lost her valuable assets, which embarrassed or infuriated her fellow Guardians. She got scolded by her companions and Ainz reminisced about his old friends. The Guardians recommended Ainz to scold Shalltear, but he claimed to be at fault and reassured her that she was not guilty of any wrongdoing. The Supreme Being revealed to the rest that Sabas was sent out to bait the people who attacked Shalltear. Knowing that there are enemies capable of harming Nazarick, he ordered them to strengthen their headquarters. He planned on creating an undead army, but only undead creatures at level 40 and below may spawn from human corpses. Aura was able to locate lizard men villages nearby, and they planned on experimenting if corpses of stronger races gave rise to stronger undead. In the Nation of the Slain Theocracy, the captain of the Black Scripture reported that the old lady and 2 of his companions died after they attempted to subdue the vampire. The Balliers moved to Karn village to make potions for Nazarick under the supervision of Lupus Regina Beta, another member of the Pleiades. Meanwhile, Sabas and Solution arrived safely at the capital city, and Gazef recognized a demoralized brain slumped in an alley. At Irantal, Mammon and Nebe were promoted to Adamantite rank and completed all quests at his level. He then exited the building and ordered all floor guardians including Gargantua and Victim to get ready. This concludes the 3rd and final video for this season. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this, and see you in the next video.